Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me a diamond in the rough. His name is Corey Hoelck. He's an offensive lineman at Nebraska, Kearney. How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Nice to actually sit down with you. Again, that last name's pronounced Hoelck for people that need to know. So, anyhow, Corey, give me like a brief background of you, if you don't mind. Tell me maybe where you're from, and just kind of get us there to your university.
Yeah, I'm from Giltner, Nebraska. Super small town, about 300 people. Graduated with 17. It's a farming community. Yeah, 17. It's farming community. Blue collar people. You work until the job's done. No 8 to 5ers, I guess. Giltner High School, K through 12's all in one building. Again, that sounds weird to most people. It played 8-man football too. 8-man football. Had about 30 guys on the team. When you play 8-man football, you usually don't come off the field. Kick off, kick return, everything. But anyway, so playing 8-man football, I would say it's kind of like coming out of D2 for the NFL. You just kind of get underlooked sometimes with the competition, stuff like that. I would say coming out of high school, I just kind of wasn't built into my body yet. I was probably 6'4", like I am now, just kind of not built in my body. So a lot of those big schools didn't pull the triggers. A lot of walk-on stuff. And Kearney was just down the road, probably about 45 minutes from home. Jake Wilrick was my recruiter then. He's our secondary coach and assistant head coach now here. But he recruited me hard, and we ended up my first year when I came here, we were 1-10. So that was our big thing coming in with my class, is we wanted to come here and turn Kearney around.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, every single time I sit down with guys that are from small schools, I mean, I think the biggest question really is like, well, why do you end up at a small school? Well, again, like you said, I mean, you're in a farm town, like out in the middle of nowhere. So with a high school class of 17, so it's like, people really aren't highly recruiting in that area. So, and then, like you said, I mean, maybe you hadn't filled out yet. But now sitting at about 6'4", 305 pounds as an offensive lineman, I can work with that somewhat, which is all right. So where have you played, like on the offensive line? I mean, like you said, I mean, playing a little bit of everywhere back in high school, but where have you been playing these days?
So I just had my 40th career start at right tackle this past weekend. Playing, I mean, it's been right tackle my whole career here. It's funny how that worked out. I just kind of lucked out, I guess. Been comfortable there, but been repping a little bit of center this year. Been getting a little bit of center reps in games and stuff, but it's just mainly been right tackle and repping center in practice.
Gotcha. So, I guess what we're trying to say is that maybe as we project you to the next level, other people might be giving you the opportunity to play on the interior. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, we're looking at guard and center, obviously with my height, not that 6'8" freak.
Sure. Well, I mean, not everybody's blessed with size.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm kind of used to that by now. But maybe not, maybe not you. But it's semi-decent size for a guy playing in on the interior, of course. Um, so when we're looking at you, and maybe the kind of player you are, what do you feel like is the best thing you bring to the table as a prospect?
I really like my athletic ability and my versatility. I just think I've only played about right tackle and center, but that's just kind of how it worked out here. But I mean, I could move from the right side to the left side, no problem. And I think that just comes back to my background and just having that small school athletic background, just being able to do a lot of things and just gaining all the weight I did. I just still was able to keep that athletic frame and just being able to move in space is what really helps me.
Gotcha. Again, you had said, I mean, experience certainly helps as well. You said you have going on 40 plus starts now on the right side of the line. I would assume that that would also kind of, I don't know, kind of lead a little bit towards you being a leader of your football team. I mean, where are you at as a leader? Have you accepted that role? Do you have like captain status or anything like that?
Yeah, so I was awarded a second captain or two-time captain, I guess, for the senior year. I was a captain in 2020. We didn't have that year, so nothing really. And then this year was voted a captain again. And that was probably my biggest honor as a football player, just to have a whole college football team vote for you and just to be emerge as one of the leaders on a college football team. That's definitely one of the biggest honors I think you can receive as a football player.
Right, and you kind of hinted at it a little bit with 2020 really not having any games because of the pandemic. Tell me about your pandemic year. I mean, what did you do during your pandemic year? How did you stay motivated, focused? Was there any part about your game that you try to get better at? Just kind of chat with me about your pandemic season.
So we came back. We actually got back. So that spring ball got shut down, obviously, and then we were allowed to come back that summer to work out, and because we still thought we were gonna have a season, and got cut short. But my fall of 2020 was probably the busiest time of my life. So we didn't think we were gonna have a season, so I student taught that fall to graduate. But about 3 weeks into student teaching, we decided we were gonna play 4 football games. So I had to student teach and play 4 college football games. So my days were something like waking up 5 a.m., do weights at 6, go to school for an 8-hour day, come back, practice, film, go to bed about 8 o'clock. It was quite possibly the busiest time of my life. So it wasn't the best, but I mean I'm glad I got it over with for student teaching and graduated, and I'm glad we got a few games in, but it was hectic.
Yeah, man, you got to get those lesson plans in there. Make sure
Oh,
you have like all the stuff there. I mean,
it
I've
was so stressful.
I've been there. Like I know how that feels. So, can you just kind of sum that up? I mean, have you graduated yet? What's your academic status right now?
Yeah, I graduated last December with my health and PE major for education, and I'll be halfway done with a master's program and for education for sports administration this after this semester right now.
Interesting. So maybe a PE teacher when it's all said and done is, is I guess where we're leading. But
Yeah.
let's just kind of again hope for the best right now because obviously we're talking about you as a football player. So
Mhm.
as you're preparing for like a typical week, give me like a typical week for you as you're preparing for your opponent. Obviously doing very well right now for your school, looking for uh, good way to finish out this regular season, get your guys to the playoffs. What does a typical week look like for you? Like film room, weight room? Kind of give me some sort of idea.
Mondays are off days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are our lift days, so we'll lift in the morning. Those are usually, I mean, kind of lighter, just kind of a lot of speed on the bar. We do a lot of Olympic stuff there, but and then Tuesdays, Wednesdays are our big days, big practice days. Those are days that we get a lot of our prep in. So we'll have about two film sessions on those days. We'll get an 8 a.m. film session and then a 2 o'clock film session, and just going from that, we'll get the game plan obviously on Tuesday. Go from there. Thursdays, kind of our speed day. We're gonna go. It's gonna be a light day, about an hour practice. We're gonna go through things fast, correct all the mistakes from Tuesday, Wednesday. Fridays are walkthroughs. Get to the game on Saturday. But just talking about film and stuff for the week. Usually, we'll get probably 15 to 20 hours of film in on the opponent for the week.
Gotcha. And how has that kind of changed over the years? I mean, a lot of guys that I talked to, maybe even never watched film in high school.
Yeah.
How has that developed for you? I mean, how has that helped you over the years?
I mean, Yeah, like you said, in high school is like you watch film and you're kind of like, oh yeah, that's who we're playing. And then so that was kind of a big adjustment for me. And I think it took kind of a while to understand what I'm watching. But by now I think I would consider myself a good film watcher. Obviously, you got to start with the D line. You're gonna look at your opponent. You're gonna look what kind of defense they run, and kind of our big thing is, you got to see what kind of how they line up against our formations and how they're going to play against certain blocks is what I think has kind of gotten important for me, is just looking at, oh, if this player goes against a double team, how are they going to play against that and stuff like that. And then you go into your pass pro stuff and looking at blitzes. And I think just over the years, just watching film with coaches, you get to pick up just so many small things. Um, just like with watching film and going against those formations and stuff.
Gotcha. And just kind of going back just a smidge to the weight room, is there a favorite lift of yours whenever you get there? What's the one lift that you're most proud of?
Man, we do a lot of Olympic stuff. So I would say like our probably cleans and snatches. I love doing athletic lifts like that where it uses the whole body.
Great. So Corey loves snatches. So we can just hashtag that and make it go viral. Um,
Yeah.
anyways, let's talk about something else. Corey, tell me maybe about your most memorable moment. I mean, obviously, like you said, I mean, you came in there, um, really not having like a winning, program, and now you guys have gotten yourself a pretty respectable record. So, tell me about maybe one of those games, one of those moments that really stick out for you.
The most memorable is probably 2019. Northwest Missouri came in. We played them at home. They were ranked fourth in the country, and we came out of there with a win. And I think that was probably the turning point for Coach Lynn, our head coach, and our program that year. And I think we built a lot of momentum off of that. And obviously, it's fun to take down the big brother on the block. So that
Right,
was that
exactly.
was fun.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, if people don't know, Northwest Missouri, very good program. So, I mean, being able to take down those guys definitely awesome. I don't know exactly where they're ranked, but I know they're ranked in like I want to say in like the top five this go around. But I
Yeah.
mean, where are you
Yeah.
guys at? Are you guys ranked right now? What's your status?
Yeah, we're ranked. I think we're ranked like 20th right now.
Okay, well, I mean that's still respectable. They'll likely end up putting you in the playoffs. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see how everything shakes out there. Um, so as we kind of look back, I want you to just kind of do maybe a flashback. Look at like your younger self, and if you had maybe the opportunity to just kind of give him like a piece of advice about how to really, stay motivated, focused, whatever, what would you tell your younger self to prepare him for this college journey?
What I would say, because I'm old now, so recovery is big for me now, and I didn't take recovery the most serious in my younger days. I'd probably tell him to recover as best as you can on Sunday, Monday, and get your body ready for Tuesday. Obviously, when you're younger, you do feel a little bit more fresh. When you get older, and it starts to hurt more. So I think just that going into college is take care of your body as best as you possibly can on those early days of the week, so you can feel fresh again on Saturday.
So specifically, how do you recover? Just like take an extra hour a nap? Like how how does that look for you? Like what does recovery look for you?
I'm big on cold soaks on Sunday after to kind of get the body shocked, and then Monday and Tuesday we'll hit like compression boots really hard to flush out the legs, and I think that's crucial for the week.
Nice. So I kind of wanted to get a chance to know who you are a little outside of football as well. We kind of did there a little bit. You had talked about your major and how you have accomplished some good things there as a student. But I also want to get a chance to know you again, just something that's not football, something interesting about yourself, hobbies, what have you. Tell me something fun.
I'm big into cooking. I
Okay.
I'll obviously I'm big. I gotta cook, right? Um, I'll find something on Twitter, like I'll scroll past something like a meal or something, and I'll go right to Safari and Google a recipe for it, and I'll try it out. I mean, obviously, it doesn't turn out the best, but that's kind of my thing. I kind of like cooking,
So
trying
what's
to
like so what's like your best dish? Like if you were to say, Jimmy, I'm gonna make you something that you're gonna really love. Like what's one of your best ones to date?
chicken parm.
Chicken parm. Well, you can't go wrong with a good chicken
Chicken
parm.
parm.
So
I love
um,
pasta. So
I
you add
love
a little
that.
chicken in there.
I was gonna ask you maybe you got a favorite movie that you love watching? I mean, what's one of your bigger things that you like to watch on occasion?
Dumb and Dumber, of course.
You said Dumb and Dumber,
Dumb and Dumber.
like the first one, not the
The
second
first
one or
one, the
the third
original.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the best. That's probably my top movie.
All right. Well, I get you. Kind of that kind of humor. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Oh yeah.
I get it. But I do remember that movie really being hot way back in the day. So awesome. Anything else about you that you want to share? Anything else unique or about you, or maybe that not everybody knows?
I mean, guys who know me just know that I'm really loud. You're gonna hear me from I don't know where from. Just try to be the loudest guy on the team always.
All right. Sounds good. Hey Corey, as we begin to wrap up, it just I try my best to always ask guys this question. It's really just the why question. The why question really meaning, why do you do what you do? You know, what motivates you? So go ahead and hit me with your why.
My why, definitely my family, my parents. I'm engaged now, so my fiance, of course. But
Congrats.
hey, thanks. But it's always about the family. They're super important to me. I wake up every day, and they're always there to support me. They're always traveling 9 hours to come and support me, and everything they've done for me. My parents just throughout college and helping me, and they always remind me why it's important, and I know why. It's because of them, and I always go out there and play for them.
Awesome. And again, like you had mentioned, I mean, obviously, probably some scouts that have come to your guys' practices, come to your games, really watching you and maybe some of your other teammates. What do you have to say to those people? I want you to address all those scouts out there as to why they need to really pay attention to what you got going on there at Nebraska, Kearney, and just what makes you a good teammate. So give them your pitch.
I'm gonna come and work my butt off for you. I'm gonna go and play any position you want, and most importantly, I'm never gonna complain. And I think just when you look at Nebraska Kearney, it's a very blue collar school. You can see that probably in my film, and just meeting me, I'm big into blue collar, and you work for what you get. Um, Coming from an 8-man school to D2, now trying to go to the NFL. I've always believed in you work for what you get, and I do believe that, and that's what you're going to get from me.
Awesome. Well, Corey, I think that kind of wraps things up for us. It's been nice sitting down with you, getting a chance to know you. What else you got to say to people? I mean, are you a big social media guy? You got anything else going on that people need to know?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'll dabble on the Twitter and the Instagram.
All
When I
right.
get bored, I'll scroll along. Just I love football. I love playing O line, and man, just and appreciate this interview too. But no, I don't got anything to say to anyone.
No, it's fine. Well, appreciate your time again. Wish you best of luck. Again, I have with me Corey Hoelck, offensive lineman, Nebraska Kearney. So definitely check him out.
Thank you.